Hi everyone, my name is Leticia. Welcome to my channel, The Planner's Blessings. I wanted to come here today to do a very different video. Um, I wanted to basically talk in regards to my centering God in my health and in my weight loss, and give you a little bit of feedback on what I'm planning to do with that area. As you can see, it's been 4 days, so I didn't keep up with my challenge. With that being said, is because when you start a YouTube channel and you're brand new, you start looking at how many people are watching. You want to see how people are basically interacting with the YouTube or with the channel or with your channel or with your contacts. So I basically started looking at what was going on, and I didn't, just to see if what I was bringing was an interest to people. So I stopped for a little bit. I just gave it to God and I put it in prayer. I put it in my journal and I said, God, you lead me and you guide me. So this brings me to this video, because I am centering God in everything that I do. Like I said before, in my job, in my house, in my yard, in my life, in my work, everything. In every area I try my best to be guided and led by God. So one of my areas is my health and my weight loss. My weight loss, I started it approximately, I want to say, this coming year, June 2nd, will be, I want to say 11 years. 11? No, 13 years that I did bariatric surgery. I did the the sleeve. I did it in a time that was not an easy time, but it was something that I wanted to do because I noticed that as I was getting older, my blood pressure was getting higher, my weight was getting higher, my normal cholesterol was getting higher, and I did not want to uh, have any medical issues. All my life, thank God for His mercy and His grace and His covering. I have not had any issues with my health. So all the praises is His, but being that this is not my body and I have to take care of the temple that I have, I chose to do bariatric surgery, because if not, my the next surgery that I would have had would have been a back surgery, because I had bulging disc in my back that were basically affecting my legs, my numbness in my leg, and being that I was a phlebotomist, it became very hard on me to bend, to reach for the patient to draw them. And a lot of the patients that I did draw were patients that were infants. They were brand new newborn babies. And so I modified my positions and everything. So that did not help very much. Uh, but I needed to do my job. So when I went one day to one of my providers, because I had my leg was very numb and I couldn't do anything. Everybody was saying it was muscles. Well, other providers were saying that it was muscles, not muscle spasm. What is it? The I forget, the one that vibrates in on your tushy. Sciatica, I think it is. And they were telling me it was that, and they would give me like muscle, like what is it, Motrin and things like that. So when I went to this provider, which eventually she became my doctor for a while, she told me, no, it's because you have bulging disc and the disc are pressuring in the back, so it's making your legs numb, and it brings the numbness all the way to your arm. To the point that I was feeling it even in the back of my neck. And so she told me, you basically, to repair this, you need to lose weight. Or we can send you to back surgeon, a back surgeon, to see how bad it is, and for them to basically let us know what we were going to do. So when I went to the back surgeon, he also said the same thing. You need to lose weight. The reason that you have this, the bulging disc, is making it worse because you're carrying too much weight in your back. So we're going to have to do uh random things, like take medications. For medication, it was going to be uh do shots, and I'm terrified of needles. And I was like, my husband was there with me, I remember, and he looked at me like, shots? I was like, yeah, no, I don't think so. I said, thank you, and I don't like taking medication, which is ironic. I don't like taking medications or anything like that. I don't like uh doing, anything with needles or anything like that, because my body just basically reacts to it, and it's like, um, it, I become very afraid from it, but I handle it if I have to. So, and mind you, I'm a phlebotomist, so I understood when patients used to sit right next, in my chair and say, I'm terrified of needles. I got you. I already know what I need to do. So, um, so 13 years back, I chose to do the bariatric surgery. So I did the sleeve. I was weighing, my highest there was 210 before I did the surgery. When I did the surgery, I was 199, which was on June 2nd of 2013. So when I did the surgery, I did the 6 months. I don't know how they're doing it now, but I had to do my 6 months of nutrition. And I did my sleep apnea. I did sleep apnea, psychologist. I went through the whole, steps that you have to do, the requirements that you have to do. And I went for the evaluation to see when they were going to give me my day to do the surgery. They, it was funny because I worked for the hospital, so they already knew. Um, I knew some of the procedures, and I draw a lot of the patients' blood when they had to be, taking the levels for the test. So the doctor saw me, and he already knew, because when I went to him, he said, so what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't want to do the bypass. That's a lifeline, a lifetime of vitamins, and really being very strict on a lot of things, and I don't want to do that. It's too strict for what I had to do. I was 210 pounds, so I said I don't want that, and I don't want the lap band, because they were offering it more often then, because my body fights anything that is an alien, or you know not part of my body. It will keep fighting it until eventually it's not going to work, because I'm going to be really sick. So I chose to do the sleeve. So he was very shocked that I was able to narrow it down, how, the reasons why, because of my person. So when I went to the day to choose the date that to the oh, that the appointment of me to choose the date to have surgery, I went there, and he says, well, are you ready? And I'm like, well, I know that we have to do 2 weeks of liquid fasting, like the liquid diet, and so I guess probably for July. He says, no, I had a cancellation for this week, and we don't need you to lose that much weight. So 1 week of fat, liquid diet will be okay for you. So I said, oh, okay, I'll get the dates off from work, and I will prepare my family and everything for it. So I did have the surgery on the 2nd of June on 2013, and I was 199 then. Um, I every person is very different with the surgeries. So I basically, when I had the surgery on the 2nd, I was working on the 9th. I basically, when I went to get my post-op, they say, you're doing great. You can go back to work if you want to, or if you want to, you can take another week. So I opted to go back to work because I was doing okay. So the only thing that I had from the surgery was like a lot of pressure from the top of my stomach. Um, and I eventually asked why did I have so much pressure? Because I didn't feel anything else, just that pressure. And he explained to me that that's the way that they take the stomach, the 80% of the stomach out. So I was like, oh, okay, so I can understand that because that is a pretty decent, bulky mass of stomach coming out in a small little, you know, I don't want to do the thing, but a small little hole. So that was the pressure that I had. And I always, when I have friends or coworkers or people that I know that are going to do the surgery, I always tell them, drink the tea, drink the tea, drink the tea, because that tea, that Lipton tea that they give you is the one that is going to help you to pass gas. I didn't like the tea. The tea tasted nasty. I'm not a tea person. And especially with no sugar, I didn't drink the tea, and I should have. Because then I had to drink 5 little small cups of water and hold them down and for me to go home. So I did that. And but I should have drank the tea, because the lady that was next to me, she was a nurse. She drank the tea and she was out in within 2 hours of her having the surgery, 2 to 3 hours of her having the surgery, and she was out. So every person that I meet now and that I know that they're going to do the sleeve surgery, I always tell them, drink the tea when you're done with your surgery. It will help you to get out of the hospital quicker. So I just wanted to let you know my history with my weight loss, because now I've been 13 years and I was in a plateau for 2 years in 170. My body would not budge from there. Mind you, I didn't do that much exercise or anything. So from 199, when I had the surgery, I went all the way down to 170 within 6 months of my weight loss of my surgery. I didn't do much exercise because I basically was always working and I had my daughters. So I never made a plan to do exercise or walking, nothing. I basically lost my weight because of the surgery. So I went to 170, and when I started doing my exercise and everything, my body would not budge from the 170. I think I went to 170, I think in 4 months. I think it was in 4 months I went to 170, and then I plateaued, and I was like that stagnant for a year. And everything that I tried, changing my eating habit, I started walking, as much as I could during the time that I had available, and I wouldn't budge from there. So then eventually I started gaining weight, and I went back. I was doing because as a bariatric patient, you have to go every year to your surgeon for them to see how's your progress, what's going on, how are you doing. And I used to always keep up with them. Eventually, they placed me back into the medical weight loss to help me lose weight. That was during, I think it was 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And yeah, 4 years ago. And I did metformin. Metformin didn't do anything to me. Then they gave me another medication, which I don't remember per se what was the medication's name, but as soon as I started taking it, 3 days in, my vision started to get blurry, and I'm very skeptical and things like that, so I stopped taking it. So I was on the state during that time, and they were trying to offer me the weight loss shots, and I opted not to do it because they were brand new. I said no, not until I really know what it is and what side effects it has. I don't want to take it. So I was offered that, and it's been 2 years that they offered it to me, and I opted not to do it until I did my research. After I did my research and I was, I went through, you already know my story and my testimony, what has happened to my life. I decided to actually take control of my health. And I prayed and I said, God, I need you to help me with this because um, I'm 50 right now and I want to do better for me, for my body, because I've taken care of my daughters, my ex-husband, my husband when he was here, my grandkids, as well. I helped to my daughter with it, and my focus was always, everybody else. I never took care of me, and I hardly went to like physicals and things like that. If I went to the physical, it was a lot, and if I went to my bariatric surgeon, 3 appointments in a year, that's what I used to do. And I knew that there were things that I needed to address, just to know that everything is doing okay. And uh, basically I always say is to document it, to the doctors, that where I am, in my health. So and being that I worked in the hospital or with doctors, I basically asked them questions and this is how it was going on and things like that. And but they will always say you need to schedule an appointment. So my last physical, I did my research and I heard that all the medical weight loss medications uh, were not much for the weight loss, but I suffer from my back pain and I was suffering, gaining weight, and how that affected my back and my bones. And my family has a history of uh, what is it? Osteoporosis, rheumatoid arthritis, everything that is with the bone. My family basically has one way or the other, in which I always used to say, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I do not receive it. And as long as God gives me the ability to get the help that I need to not be in medication in regards to in that form, I will do what I can to help me. So when I did my research, it was funny because I went to my doctor and she says, "You did your research. And what do you think?" I says, "Well, yes, I will lose weight. And that's a given. But my bones are going to be better. My pain is not going to be bad. I'm not going to be getting older with bone pain and back pain or leg pain or numbness or anything like that." And I know that is beneficial in a lot of areas. So they gave it to me in August, but I never was able to take it in last year August because my insurance, I didn't have insurance, and then the insurance during that time was not paying for it. So I opted to wait a whole 6 months, 6 7 August, September, October, November, December, January. So yeah, around 6 months waited to get started, because then I will have my job insurance. So this is when everything starts, because I actually went to get it. I'm still waiting for the insurance to approve my prior authorization and this whole thing. So I was hearing a lot of the videos on how the Zepbound works, because that's what they gave me. Trizepatide, which is Zepbound through Manjaro. My weight loss provider, she gave me Wegovy because it was easier to get it, to receive it, but not be, how you say, I was able to get it through Wegovy without the prior authorization, but to get Zepbound, I needed to do the prior authorization to get it. But when I was listening to all the YouTube, they were talking about this coupon. So I started doing my research on that, and I found the coupon for Zepbound, which is $25 for a month prescription, 28 days and greater. You pay $25, Or if you don't have insurance, you can pay, I think it is uh 650, I don't know, $500. So um when I went to my doctor, um I called my doctor and I let them know for the prior authorization, so it's being prolonged. Many things have happened. I just decided I'm not going to aggravate myself on that, so I spoke to the pharmacy, and the pharmacy says, well, if you go purchase it without insurance, it will be 650. So I said, you know something, I am just gonna put it in prayer, see what happens, and if it doesn't, I'm just gonna start doing Zepbound. I'm gonna purchase it and start it off. So on January 17th, I took my first dose. It was on a Friday, and since then I have not had any side effects. I want to say that it may be or may not be, because I always, since my surgery, I've always had that, I always had constipation. So it wasn't something that I don't think it's the Zepbound. I just think it's just my body, since since I had the surgery, that has been going this way. So what I do, just to be proactive to myself, I just take a stool softener, and to help me a little bit. But other than that, um which could be a sip, it could not be. Like I said, I've been having that since I had surgery. So I do, I do that to help me. But other than that, I have not had any side effects at all. I want to say the only time that I had side effects was because I don't take medications like that. All I do is I take my vitamins, my Tylenol. Um, that's basically it. And it happens to me every time that I get like a vaccine or the flu shot. It always happens that when I get a new shot or dose, I become very tired and I become very sleepy. It's like my body's trying to adjust to it. So for the first dose, I did get like tired, like a little bit draggy type of thing, for that day, probably day and a half, which that's the reason why I started to do it on Friday, because of all the testimonies that people have given in regards to their walk in and their medication weight loss journey. Some people have spoken that they become like uh, not fatigued, but tired. They feel like their body is tired. So because I already knew, I says, well, let me just do it on Friday because it gives me Saturday and Sunday off, and then I can just recuperate from there. So that's what I did. Great thing that I did, because Saturday I wasn't like tired. I was still moving about, but I was just tired, like drained tired. um it was not like like exhausted tired. It was just like I'm drained, I'm a little bit tired. So after that, I have not had no side effects. I do feel, and I'm on the 2.5 Zepbound, and I started taking it when I was 185 pounds. But before then, in September, I started, so end of August, end of end of August, beginning of September, I started walking. And I know that I did a video on that. I actually wanted to start doing something before I started taking the medication, because I wanted to see how I will uh, discipline myself. Because you have to discipline yourself in exercise and weight strengthening, and the way that you eat, because as my surgery with my sleeve, that's a tool. That tool is always going to be there. So the Zepbound is also a tool, but a lot of it, I have to put part of it, which is I have to start eating right. I have to eat my protein. I have to stop eating or drinking. Mostly my calories were drunk. I was drinking it, and my coffee and my juices, which is not much juice, but it's iced tea, which has a lot of sugar. And I used to eat a lot of, not, I don't want to say that I was previously addicted to carbs and sugar, bad. And I don't think I am now. I think my me learning how to uh eat is much easier for me now. Before it was not, but now it is. So I started walking, and I think I was 100, I want to say I was 190, 92, 192, 195, I think it was, when I started walking. So I started walking little by little. I didn't know that I didn't even think about it. I just started walking. As soon as I came from work, I didn't even come inside the house. I left everything in the car, put my headset on, and started walking. So I used to walk around my neighborhood. And that literally gave me, I want to say, 30 minutes. So I used to walk for 30 minutes every day, every day, every day, every day. I used to walk those 30 minutes, and it became so beneficial to me, because as I was walking, I was listening to my music, but I was talking to God, and it helped me analyze myself. It helped me see in areas that I was stuck on. So it was like a counseling moment with me and God. And it actually helped me in such a big way, because I guess just taking a deep breath and just seeing what was going on and talking to him and just focusing on what I was saying. Sometimes I was just singing my praise and worship music that I had in my ear, and that helped me with the day that I had, or the situation, or just to spend time with him. So since from September to, I want to say, end of October, around there, I want to say like a month and a half, I lost 13 pounds. Okay. Why did I stop? Weather. It was getting really cold. And I don't have a treadmill in my house, so it was freezing. And I was like, I'm not going outside. And one night, when the time was changed, the time change in Connecticut, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock is dark. It's like 8 o'clock. Uh, it looks like that. So I was walking, and it was dark, and a guy came behind me, and he started talking to me, and I was like, okay, we are not doing this during this time. Is uh I'm okay with that. So I stopped. I stopped walking, but I did saw that me not eating the way that I was, and just eating when I was hungry, and doing my walking, which eventually my 30 minutes actually became 2 hours. I used to walk 15 minutes because I wasn't doing it. 15 minutes at work, around the area. It was 15 minutes, but those 15 minutes were actually a mile walk that I did. So then the one that I used to do here, the really small one in my house, around my house, I actually extended it to go farther, and that was an hour and 20, depending on how I worked. It was an hour and 20 minutes. So eventually it was like a two, close to 2 hours that I used to walk. So I used to make, for steps, if y'all want to know, it was like 15,000, 16,000 steps that I used to do, because I used to walk in my job, take the stairs as much as I could. So adding those up, it eventually ended up like 15,000. So, and I know I'm saying so many souls. Then when I started taking the Zepbound, I didn't want to do exercise, and I didn't, like, I wanted to do the eating right and just the medication. So when I started it, I was at 185. Um, when I basically, I'm not like full. It's true what the the people that I saw said, you're not like full. You still will feel hunger. I felt hunger, because that's one thing with the bariatric weight loss. Your stomach, you would not, you can, okay, if you have breakfast today, like if you have breakfast, and you may be hungry for lunch, But if you don't eat, it eventually fades away. Eventually your stomach won't um won't ask you for to eat because you let it go so long that it just basically it's okay. But your mind basically is always consistently, being that I am addicted to sweets and candy and stuff, is was always asking for me to eat things like that. But it wasn't like hunger, it was like head hunger, or the food noise that they say. But mine was not as strong. I was able to control that portion because I knew that if I didn't have breakfast today, and then my lunch, I didn't eat anything, I was just like, I drank something, um or if I didn't eat and I kept working, I would not be hungry. My hunger will go away. Like, I will not be hungry. Like, I will literally will say, well, I have to eat something. So this is the way that I feel with the Zepbound. I will say, I have to eat breakfast. I have to eat something. Um, but one thing that it does have that I noticed for this, because this will be my third week. Today is my third dose that I've got that I have taken. But I will say that when I used to eat with my bariatric, um, I would eat a little bit more than what I'm eating now. I wouldn't eat a lot. I wouldn't eat a lot more. I was eating less than what I used to eat. Um, but I will eat more, little bits here and there and there. Okay. Um, but when I used to sit down, I used to eat less. Like, my plate literally is the size, the little small plates. That's basically the plates that I used to eat. And in that plate, if I put, let's say, rice, protein, and a salad, I will still leave food there. Not as much, but I would leave food there. If I was hungry, like I've had not eaten for a bit, I may eat a little bit more, but that's the limit. So with the Zepbound, I probably it's okay. That's a good one. It is like when you first got surgery. When you first got surgery, it's like you eat little bits and you're full. It's like you're totally full. So that's how it is with me. So um right now I'm learning how to add the proteins into everything that I eat, because I will eat mostly all my proteins in the morning. In my lunch, I wasn't eating it so much, so I started bringing my fruits. I started bringing my peanuts, the little peanut packs, because I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. If I'm drinking my water, because that's what I'm drinking now, I drink water or Crystal Light with water, um, either the lemon or the iced tea. And mostly now I like the lemon more than the iced tea. And let me see, yogurt. I will have a protein yogurt with fruits in it, like berries, blueberries. And I will be full all the way until I get here. So I have my lunch like around 12, and I don't get to my house until, or I get here until probably 4:15, 4:30. Um, and I'm not hungry. I become hungry after the fact that I'm sitting in my house and I'm like, I'm hungry. Like, then in that moment, I feel hunger. And I think I feel more hunger on Fridays, because I don't know if you're like me, but I like to, it's on Friday, and and the first time that I got the first shot was at 8:45. So I wait until 8:45 at night to do it again, every Friday. So that's the time that I take it. And the time that I weigh myself is the day, the same day, just to see how I'm doing. So on the first week, like I said, I didn't have no side effects. I think just the tiredness, like the just my body just wanted to rest. And I didn't have no constipation, no headaches, no body aches. I don't know what other symptoms people may have, but I didn't have anything like that. I did feel the fullness, I think within an hour or two. I I didn't feel any hunger. I do feel thirsty, like I drink a lot. Like I feel thirsty. Like I want to just drink water or the ice, the crystal light water and drink, 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 drink. And I'm good with that. What else? So the first week, like I said, I weighed 185. When I weighed myself again, I was 182. So I lost 3 pounds, right? 85. Yeah. 3 pounds from there. And like I said, I wasn't doing anything, no exercise. I had not even started walking again because it was during the week that it was freezing in Connecticut. And like I stated, I don't have a treadmill in my house. I do have access to the gym at work, and but I didn't even think about going to the gym because I wanted to see how it works. So just my body, just taking the shot, see how it works. So I lost 3 pounds. And then the second week I did the same thing. um I wanted to see if there was any, like any other symptoms or anything like that. And this was the week that I was seeing my provider, my PCP. And when I went to her, she thought I didn't start it, and I said, "No, I'm not gonna wait for the prior auth. I wanted to start it to see how everything works." So she asked me, and I told her uh, because during the time I had gained a little of the weight. So the weight that I lost during Zepbound was the weight that I had gained during October, November, and December. So when I went to her, she says, "Well, you have a total of 13 pounds." I said, "Yeah, that was before I even had the Zepbound." And then I lost two more, I gained 3 pounds. So the 3 pounds that I lost was the ones that I lost with the Zepbound. She says, "Oh, okay." So she says, "You're doing good on it, and I want to increase it." But I heard many of the uh, YouTubers that said to, if you can stay, if you're losing weight and you can stay on 2.5 for a little bit until you get adjusted, stay there, because then, you can see if you need to go up to the 5, then you go up to the 5. So that's what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to stay the 2.5 for this month, finish this month, and then go to the 2.5 in February as well, and see how much I will lose with just a 2.5. Um, so this week, well, the second week, yeah, this week, I, like I state, no side effects. Um, and like I stated, the constipation, I think, is normal for me because of my um, surgery, and now probably because of the adjustment. You know, I don't know to where to point it to. My provider may say it could be, the Zepbound, but I hear everybody has that from some, from from it. But the for the first week, I want to say that I think it was on Wednesday that it was in a constipation. It was just basically water, because I was drinking so much water as well. So I think it was just cleaning me out. The water was just cleaning me out. So I've noticed that if I drink a lot of water, it helps, and also if I walk, because on the second week when I started walking, it helps too. So I want to say it's on me if I become constipated, because I need to be active and moving and drinking liquid to um, basically to flush everything out. Um, I did some walking this week. I did walk at work, and I did walk, at work at the gym, and I walked I worked for 2 days, well, one day really, that they had, it was beautiful, and I went for a walk. So I lost 2 pounds this week. So with that said, my plan for this coming week, starting tomorrow, is adding exercise, strength training and exercise, because my clothes is feeling very, my jeans right now is like, I was at work and I was like, you're losing weight. I said, yeah. It's not, I personally don't see it, but I do see it in my clothes. They're looser. Um, I still feel the same. I don't, probably it's true what, the people say, you don't actually see until you see it. I still see myself the same way. I'm eating the same way that I used to eat. Basically, like I stated, I was actually working on the eating, having my eggs in the morning, having my proteins in the morning with my eggs. I will have oatmeal with some fruits in the morning. My coffee, that's another thing. I don't drink coffee like I used to. I don't know if it's the Zepbound or if it's just me. I buy it or I make it and I don't hardly drink it. So I don't know what that means, but I'm not drinking coffee like I used to. So that's changed. Um, I'm sleeping more, like at night. I feel more restful. And I feel that I actually sleep, because I felt before I used to wake up in the middle of the night when I moved or something, and now I feel that I rest when since I've been taking the Zepbound. I'm thinking of other things that may have happened. I don't think anything else. I'm thinking, I'm trying to see, from what from what I was planning to say, I basically said it. So for now on, I'm going to see if I can do Fridays to do the Zepbound video, just to update you guys. If you have any questions for me, please put it in the comments. I will be happy to give you any feedback if I didn't say it in the video. But I have not had any side effects. I have not had, well, I should say, the only side effect that I had was in the beginning, my tiredness, the first day and a half, and in which I can't pinpoint it, but probably the little bit of constipation, thirsty. I feel very thirsty, that I have to be drinking water or my iced tea. But I do feel more energized. I do feel more alert. Like I used to have that foggy little feeling in in my head, and I don't have that no more. My body doesn't hurt. My hands used to be like numb, and they used to hurt, and it's like I used to always be going like this because it was tight. It was like tense, and they hurt. They bother me. My back of my neck does not hurt, which that is amazing, because that was very annoying, and it was like, it felt like I was carrying a big bowling ball of my head, like the heaviness of my head. I was able to feel it on the back of my neck. What else? My back doesn't hurt. My legs doesn't hurt. I can walk and it doesn't hurt. I feel, like I said, I feel energized. I'm not as hungry. I honestly don't feel hunger when I am on the Zepbound. The only time that I feel hunger is if I have not had any protein, and when I get home, I can feel that like stomach hunger, and it's not like hungry like I'm famished. No, it's just like you're hungry, eat something, and then I eat something very small and I'm full. So it feels like when you have bariatric surgery from the first time, that It limits you. Like, you can eat something until you're full, and then your body's just like, you're done. You don't need no more. Um, but other than that, okay, yes, thank you, because I putting the shots. I am terrified of needles, like terrified of needles. Okay, so the first shot was very scary for me, and I even went to my daughter and said, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. This is terrifying. Like, I looked at the needle inside. I took the whole thing off and I looked at the needle, and I was like, this is scary. This is this is very scary. It's like, how am I gonna do? Like, my nerves, my hands were shaking, and my body. My daughter was laughing at me and says, why would you choose something that you're terrified to do? To lose weight, or choose to do this? And I was like, I really need to do something. I really need to do something. You don't know I need to do something. So, um, honestly, is like, it does not hurt. It does not hurt. I did it. You hear the first click, and then the second click. Today's, I didn't even felt it. Honestly, I did not feel the needle go in. Nothing. I did not feel it. Um, So, I wanted to say that was one of the parts that I wanted to say first, but I totally forgot to say it. But to be honest, it does not hurt, and this is from a person that is terrified of needles, uh, and I just, I can say, if you have the opportunity to do it, do it. Don't keep thinking about it. Um, Believe me, if I was able to do it since 2 years ago, I would have. But it was something new, and I just didn't have, like, I didn't know what to expect from this whole situation. So, and then everything happened with my husband and everything. So it was a good thing that I I didn't do it during that time. Probably, like I said, God was saying it's not time for you. Just wait on it, and this is the time that He chose for me to do it. So, um, believe me, it when I say to you, from a person that um works in the medical field. This is basically the department that I work on. I actually schedule patients' appointment for bariatric surgery, for the bariatric surgery to start their program, to the medical weight loss portion to start their program. And this is what I do. I speak to them all the time, to the office, and the doctors there, and I don't work inside the office with them, but I do um work with them on the phone, scheduling the appointments for the patients and getting started with the patients when they're getting started in the new program, and they're very happy and go lucky, and very enthusiastic to do so. But it's funny because I hadn't even started yet, and I have two co-workers that are actually, one already underwent the bariatric surgery. The other person is going in the process of losing weight on his own to get the bariatric surgery. So I am surrounded by people that are losing weight, people that patients that are on the process to lose weight, and I'm also surrounded by the clinical portion of it. So I can say that I'm not, in no shape or form, a clinician. I used to be when I was a phlebotomist, and I knew all the testing that they had to be done. I don't know if everything has changed, but um, I want to say that I feel very secure that what I'm doing right now, I'm doing it for, not only for weight loss, but all the benefits that it's bringing, and learning um, what has the new results, or the new poll that is bringing, like, the benefits. It benefits me in those areas now, coming in such a big way, because in my father's side, a lot of the family has heart issues. My father passed away from a heart attack. So knowing that it helps prevent heart attacks and strokes and all this is beneficial. Um, Another one was, which I was always praying to God that I never wanted to go through, was Alzheimer's. My grandfather from my father's side had Alzheimer's, extreme, that he will walk away and, nobody knew where he was at. And my grandmother, his wife, also from my father's side, also had Alzheimer's as well. And my aunts, they have had Alzheimer's, and one is in a home with it, and one is starting to get it. And so it's beneficial to me to be on it. Am I in it for the long term? Yes, I am in it for the long term. That's the first thing my provider told me. This is something that is for life. So if that's what you want and you want to commit to it, I recommend you to do it. It is not for just a short time period. And knowing all the benefits now that it has, I am happy to have started taking it, because yes, is it is a shot every 1 week. And I'm afraid of it, but now I'm getting used to it, and I think it's going to be beneficial. My goal is to eventually be where I'm supposed to be, which is not where the providers say that my body is supposed to be, which is I think it was 110, 115. I want to be at least 125, 120. I think my daughter is in that range, and she's my same height, my same build, and things like that. So I think that will be an extreme goal, but is a goal. And if I can get it there, at least 125, 130, 120, and there, I'm okay, because I know that my BMI will be where it's supposed to be. It will be, if I go to my 120 during the holidays, I can, if I gain weight, I know that I will be able to lose it and maintain it. Other than that, I don't have anything else to add to it. I don't want to be repetitive on the video. But if anyone is interested in doing so and starting, believe me when I say is very beneficial. There's no different with Wegovy and Zepbound. From what I'm hearing, Wegovy is the same way as Zepbound. The only thing that my provider for medical weight loss said, that Wegovy and then Zepbound. What does she mean by that? I don't know precisely. I think it's because Zepbound has the 2 dosage, and Wegovy only has the Ozempic. That's the only thing I can think of. But other than that, I don't have anything else. But this is where I'm centering God in my health. I already did all my appointments basically for medical portion. Now I'm gonna do my dental and my vision, and then just keep up with the appointments with the providers in regards to the Zepbound with my primary. My medical weight loss wants to keep up with me in this as well, and my bariatric as well. So it's 3 providers that are actually with me, working with this and seeing how everything goes and what happens. But I have centered God in this, because it's like I said, it's not my this is not my body. It belongs to God. So I have to learn, and who better else to guide me and lead me to the proper places that I need to do, or what I need to do to take care of this temple. So this is all I have for now. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to put it in the comments. I will be happy to answer anything. I will be doing the Fridays my Zepbound review of how I did that week. I did not do the video for yesterday for the prayer, but I will do it for tomorrow. So it will be up tomorrow for the Bible study. For the Bible, I have it. I was studying it. Where are you? Oh, for this one, I will do the Bible study together as well. I want to do more things. I've been reading 2 books that I have been reading. One of them is The Practice. I don't want to butcher it, but I think The Practice of I will bring it in tomorrow with the prayer study course, the Bible prayer study course, because I want to also put it to to study it. But I'm reading that one. I think it's The Practice. I will put it somewhere in there. And the other one is is by Joyce Myers. One that I had in the attic. Miriam asked me if I had it, and I was like, yeah, let me go and check and see if I have it. And it's How to Hear God's Voice. I think that's the name of it. And oh my God, that intrigued me. It's like going back into what I learned before when I started walking in his presence and accepting him and as my savior. And I love it. I really, really love it. I'm in I think I'm finishing chapter 1. I'm going to chapter 2. And if you want me to bring you a little bit of that, I also I could bring, the books that I'm reading for that. I will do my videos. Like I said, my challenge basically broke, but I will keep challenging myself in making videos and putting them out there. And I'm not even going to look, on the other things like I do at work. I don't look at my adherence, and I don't look at the scores that I get for the calls that I do, because they score us. So that's what I'm going to do with YouTube. I am not going to look at the subscribers. If people subscribe, great. Amen. Glory to God. Do I want this to be a content channel that people will learn how to center God in their lives and how God works in their lives? I am not perfect, because I am not perfect. But I am a person that will tell you what I'm going through. And during these 4 days that I had not done any video was basically because of that. It was because I'm creating, and I think this happens to every content creator. But I'm saying what happened to me, my experience. I started seeing the subscribers, and 2 people dropped from it, and it's like 2 people add on and 2 people drop off, 2 people add on, 2 people drop off. And so it's something that you learn. To me, it's like I said, I'm not going to be putting too much of emphasis on that, because I am a competitive person, and I will question myself, and not in a bad way. And I'm not saying it's nobody's fault. It's just me. I'm learning to learn who I am and who I am in God, and how it is to have God as my center. And these are things that you go through. These are things that do happen. There's going to be moments that is going to change. Your routine is going to change. Like right now, one of my changes in my job is that they're going to change me from my seat. And do I want to change? No, I don't want to change. I feel comfortable there. But they need to have people change their seats. So I placed it in God's hand, and I said, well, Daddy, if that's what you want me to do, and this is for the benefit of me, well, great. Amen. I'll take it. I'm not letting things to affect me too much. I'm just, when they affect me and I pinpoint it, because I tell God, what's going on. I'm feeling this way and I don't understand. Like with the YouTube, I said, nope, I'm just going to drop it. I am not going to do it anymore. I am, I don't know if it's, all these little thoughts that come through your head. And then I put it in prayer. I wrote it down and I said, God, if it's from you, well, amen. And I just felt, he said, start talking about you, the how you're trying to, you know, get healthier and put your body to work. And that's putting me in your center. You're asking me to help you and you're putting me in your center. So that's basically what I'm doing. So I'm putting him in my center in this, like I said before, my house and my yard, and my job and my finances. Oh, my finances. This week, it was a little bit hard on my finances, to be honest. But that's another YouTube channel that I can create on that. Well, I'm gonna leave you here. I don't want to keep talking. I've spoken more than enough, and I just want to let you just know what I'm doing with my Zepbound story. So I'll let you go. God bless. You have a nice evening. Bye.